And I think Canadian families are looking really closely at all of their expenses. I personally, as a mother and wife, look carefully at my credit card bill once a month. And last Sunday, I said to the kids, you're older now, you don't want to watch Disney anymore. Let's cut that Disney Plus subscription. So we cut it. It's only $13.99 a month that we're saving, but every little bit helps. And I think every mother in Canada is doing that right now.
If you're Canada's finance minister and you earn almost $280,000 a year from taxpayers, and you get the opportunity to travel all over the world and you get to set economic policy, you get to decide how Canadians actually get to manage their own finances. What's your advice to them to how to curb inflation? Well, cancel Disney Plus, obviously. I'm Adrienne Batra. With me is Brian Lilley. I know I'm being a bit cheeky, but I'm trying to, keep a serious face when you hear the finance minister tell Canadians who, after she just added billions of dollars onto the federal doles, is about to increase taxes on Canadians. We're still being hammered by inflation. We're still being hammered by high gas prices. She tells Canadians to just cancel Disney Plus. What's going on here?
It's Chrystia Freeland having her beer and popcorn moment, showing that she's completely out of lunch. And if you don't like the beer and popcorn reference, well, Warren Kinsella put up a good meme of Marie Antoinette saying, "Let them cancel their Disney Plus." This is the ultimate out of touch, condescending comment from a finance minister. But she's trying to put it in the context of, well, I'm tightening the belt for the nation, and families are doing the same, and I'm a mother, and all mothers know that. Look, as a piece of political theater, could it have worked if she were tightening the belt of the country? Probably, because in a lot of households, we know it's the mothers looking after the budget. It's the mothers deciding where money is spent. Well, if she's the mother of Canada in this scenario, then she's spending on anything and everything. Let me give you a couple of numbers here. Spending for this fiscal year compared to the budget that she just introduced in April is up $20 billion. $20 billion, Adrienne, at a time when she was trying to signal that she was going to cut spending. Let me give you what's happening with interest rates, okay? So we were supposed to be spending $26.9 billion this year on servicing the debt, not paying it down, just servicing it. It's going up to $34.7 billion this year because of increased interest rates. The cost of servicing the debt over the next 2 years, or for the next year, going up from 26.9 projected to $43.3 billion, meaning we're spending more on servicing our debt than the military. This is not a government that knows how to cancel Disney Plus when it comes to taxpayer dollars.
I will agree with her on one aspect of this. There are millions of Canadians that are looking at their budgets daily. Most of those budgets are, the reality is, they're still being managed by the mom, the women in the household. They make the decision on where the groceries are bought, what is bought. They make those decisions daily. I have no doubt there are lots of people that are looking at, throughout the course of the pandemic, Brian, we signed up for every subscription, every online platform you can possibly imagine for a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of escape from the malaise of the pandemic, for example. So yes, it's good to go back and sort of audit those ones that you're using or not using. But what I find so condescending about what Freeland said is that she is the sanctimony, for one thing, in her statement, and people can hear it for themselves. We'll play it for them again.
Let's cut that Disney Plus subscription. So we cut it. It's only $13.99 a month that we're saving, but every little bit helps. And I think every mother in Canada is doing that right now.
The sanctimony in the statement, the oblivion to the real realities. I mean, we have a prime minister who goes and spends thousands of dollars a month of public funds on grocery bills at his home. Fine. Okay, he's prime minister. But this is also a finance minister who has perceived to be so out of touch for a very, very long time. Sure, go audit your online subscriptions and cancel what you feel that you can't afford anymore. I get that. But to your broader point about the ongoing debt, deficit, taxes that they are adding, she is adding onto that burden of Canadians. Do they know the term hubris?
Well,
Maybe
they're
not.
exhibiting it. They're exhibiting it. You're right. So look, I agree. You know, sometimes you sign up for something and the worst is when you sign up for a 1-year subscription to something, you know, halfway through the year, you don't want it anymore, but you forget. And then you get the automatic roll through. So it's a good idea to do what she's suggesting. I just wish she would do it when it comes to federal government spending. You know, we were spending astronomically throughout the pandemic to support Canadians. And the Prime Minister and Minister Freeland keep saying, we took on the debt so that Canadians didn't have to. Okay, but the pandemic's over. The majority.
But who pays that debt? This is the crazy part.
Yeah,
that's
we're
the
going
big
to
lie in all this. We paid the debt. Okay, just last
but
words
let me
to
finish this. Yeah, the pandemic spending, the major pandemic spending, the wage subsidies, the emergency supports for business, all of those things, the CERB, that's all gone. We've stopped that, and yet government spending is up 44% compared to pre-pandemic. So we're no longer spending on the pandemic programs, but somehow government spending over just 3 years is up 44%. It's time for her to go through the federal books and say, okay, do we need to be spending that still? Is that program still valuable? Should it be costing as much as it does? They haven't done it, but they will increase taxes on us for payroll taxes on January 1st, for the carbon tax on April 1st, for the beer and wine escalator tax on April 1st. They're bringing in all kinds of new taxes aimed at business that will only drive business away, which means less revenue from the business community, a higher burden on the rest of us. This is a government that needs to get its financial house, its fiscal house in order. She should take her own advice and apply it to the federal government.
And that is exactly what we need the federal Liberals to do. Audit your own finances before you keep coming after ours. Log on to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think, and go to thetorontosun.com and hit that subscribe button for more information on stories like this and coverage you will not find anywhere else.